Whether it's my music, my writing, my art, my game development, everything that leads my creativity, it's usually storytelling. And one of the biggest tools that has helped me with my storytelling has been role-playing. Role-playing in games like Red Dead Redemption, Ark Survival Evolved, Grand Theft Auto 5, and maybe a couple more sprinkled here and there has really changed the way that I'm able to tell stories in real time. And well, because I love role-playing in all these games, and I love virtual reality, I thought, how can I put them both together?
Not the gun, the other thing.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know.
Hello, welcome to teach you about skipping.
Now, while there is a whole nother level of immersion in virtual reality role-playing, there are some things that are different. Number one, accessibility. I joined a lot of groups that do RP in VRChat. However, they're not all super easily accessible or easy to get into. Some will have their Discord, sure, and then you can join there and read all the rules and find out how to get there, but some just don't. You have to know somebody to be able to get in. And Flatscreen Gaming RP is just easier to get into. You find a server or a stream, you get a link to their Discord, you look at the application process, you get whitelisted, you create a character, and you start. That's pretty much it. But with VRRP on VRChat, not only do you have to find a way to get into one of these Discords to start with, then you have to find an avatar that will fit your theme or whatever type of character you want. And you kind of have to do that before you file an application or file, your character sheets and stuff. And it's just, how can you know what you want to play when you don't have an avatar that fits it? And unless you're willing to make your own avatar or get one commissioned, you're going to be hunting for a while to find something that will match the theme and or whatever it is that you want to play. And here's where it gets a little more complicated. All avatars are created for performance. That means that not all of them can be used on every server. So sometimes you might find an avatar and your server is looking for better performing avatars than what you actually found. So then you have to start all over again. This one is a medium performance, which I might be able to use on most servers, but then some other ones, like for example, these are very poor, which a lot of RP servers will not allow you to use. And that's where things start getting a little complicated. It's not just about finding the right avatar, it's about finding the right avatar you can use. Number two, themes and or stories. They're not exactly like how we would have on flat screen gaming, which is like if you play Red Dead Redemption, you're playing Red Dead Redemption. If you're playing 5M, then it's a modern take on RP. If you're doing Game of Thrones RP, then you're playing Game of Thrones. In VRChat, a lot of the time what you're doing is metaverse RP, which means anything goes, really. Some of these metaverse groups are actually a lot easier to get into because the theme is a lot looser and the type of characters you can play can be really anything in the metaverse. So you're able to just pick out an avatar and just jump into play. However, I'm personally looking for something that's a bit more closed and more of the traditional type of RP that I'm used to on Conan or Ark, which is one theme and one theme only. And while you will have groups and servers like that, they are a lot harder to get into and usually applications for those close. So again, it comes down to how accessible these things are. Number three, timing and scheduling. It's a lot different than flat screen RP because of the fact that servers are usually up 24/7. You can join a game and RP at any time that you want. However, in VRRP, most of the time it's done by sessions like Dungeons and Dragons. Different lobbies for different servers open up and you're able to join them and RP at that time, usually for 3 or 4 hours at a time. You have groups in VRChat like RP Open Lobbies that will actually show you all of the instances that are open for RP at that moment. That's super helpful. But other than that, each group posts on their Discord and sometimes a notification in VRChat that their lobby is open and ready to join. However, make sure you pay attention because it doesn't always mean that you're free to join. Sometimes it's only NPCs or people that are doing quests or anything of the sort that can join before it's actually open to the public. The last point that I'll touch upon is streaming. A lot of these communities do stream their VRChat RP, and while it's entertaining, I find that VR is actually super hard to stream because your viewers are just watching your head move the entire time and shaking, and it's just not a very good viewing experience. And that's just the way that the majority of people stream out of convenience. I have been testing kind of a 3-camera setup using VRChat's pin that might be a little bit better for a viewing experience, however, not exactly a POV view. Do I include a POV camera there as well or not? Let's give that a shot and see how it is.
Hello. Wow! You're big! Good job!
Yee.
Congratulations.
Happy for you.
I think a lot of the roleplay also kind of feels more like live D&D sessions than just kind of always being in character, because there are some things that essentially break up or interrupt the scene in order for you to keep going or in order for you to get a sense of direction.
Level 1, it shows creatures, aka pets and animals. Level 2, it shows human beings and magical people. And level 3, it shows people who have experience.
And I think that about covers it. There are a couple of things that I really enjoy, such as the immersion and being in the world. And think about it, you get to be your character instead of controlling your character on screen. There's another couple of things that I'm just a little iffy about, like people making sound effects when they pick up things or open doors or even fighting. That feels a little odd to me, but other than that, I'm excited to try out a bit more of this. It's like virtual LARPing. Not that I've ever done that, but I don't know, maybe I would. I'm not super comfortable with the VRChat. I still have a lot to learn, and I still have a lot to learn when it comes to VRRP because it is so different. But maybe one of these days I'll make a follow-up video with a bit more knowledge and a bit more to tell you, and maybe some of my opinions will change. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what your experience with VRRP is, and if you have any hints or tips, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in virtual reality.